The new bats that youth rec leagues will be using are going to change the game more than many realize, and it should change how you draft a team in 2018. The Little League draft occurs every spring, and while different leagues can follow different systems, in the past, power hitters played a big role. You might pick a great home run hitter over a quality fast defender. After all, multi-run home runs can change the dynamic of a game faster than anything else. With the old bats, home runs were commonplace. Not so much this year. In fact, the only thing that makes the new USAbats better than the old school wood bats is that they have a larger sweet spot and don't hurt as much when you hit off the end of the bat. There's less vibration. Other than that, they hit about just as well and just as far as your typical wood bat. After observing early reviews and comparisons and performing in-depth, highly technical, systematic testing, it looks like you will see 50% less home runs than in past seasons. The new bats will hit about 10% less in distance. So how does that affect the game? Let's look at the 2017 Little League World Series home runs of just the U.S. teams. The U.S. teams hit 37 combined home runs. With the new bats, they would have hit just 15 or 16. In other words, at least 21 home runs in the 2017 Little League World Series would not have been home runs if the new bats were introduced 1 year earlier. Some major changes that would have occurred. The California Grand Slam in their first game? Not a Grand Slam with the new bats. Instead, either a long out or a 2 RBI scoring single. Here is where that ball landed, and here is where it would have landed with the new bat. The Texas back-to-back-to-back home runs? Sorry, only the first one would have made it out with the new bat. Also, North Carolina's Grand Slam wouldn't have cleared with the new bat. And neither would Connecticut's Grand Slam. In fact, of the 3 hit in 2017, none would have cleared the fence with the new bat. Here is the Little League World Series main field. To calculate if a home run will still be a home run with the new bat, the ball hit would have needed to clear the hedgerow behind the second fence by a foot or two. Anything less and it would have stayed on the field with the new bats. So how does this affect how games will be played in 2018 and how you draft players to a new team? Let's look at the primary aspects a coach considers: pitching, catching, hitting, power hitting, defense, and speed. Pitching and catching remain the same, extremely vital to a team's success. The other 4 are different. Someone who can put the ball in play often, but maybe doesn't have the power, will be more valued than he was in the past because the big power hitter is going to drop in value. If your big power hitters will be getting out more often with fly balls and Ks, then a contact hitter who doesn't strike out may make more sense, especially if that player also adds more value on defense. Defense, or fielding, is going to go up in value as a lot more balls are going to stay on the field. Probably the outfield will see the largest need for improvement, as those otherwise would have been home runs will now need to be caught for outs. Speed is probably the biggest gainer under the new bat rules. If you can't hit it out of the park, then getting to first or turning otherwise singles into doubles or legging out an infield hit or being able to be more aggressive on the bases will be a huge benefit. Teams will score less runs, and they will need to grind more to get those runs. So every runner who can get into scoring position is that much more important. One more thing. The bunt is coming back. Sorry for you lovers of the movie Moneyball who are out there.
No bunts.
Bunt is out.
Not even third baseman's back.
No bunting whatsoever.
Small ball is coming back for winning teams in 2018. You better learn to defend against it and know when to apply it, because Ham isn't bailing you out of games any longer. In 2018, look for fast players that are good defenders. If they can also hit the ball well, they will be gold. Move big hitters who are slow and less effective on defense down on your list. Pitchers first, as always, catchers second, speedy, quality defenders third, and finally quality hitters who have other skills. The great news in all of this is that Little League Baseball will require more authentic play with solid defense and quality base running. With the overall abundance of home runs removed, the game, in my opinion, will be more authentic. How do you think the new bats will affect the game this year? Let us know in the comments.
Jam shot, spinner. Oh, what a play by Malcolm Decent. Last couple of days. That one is caught by the second.
Sky to left center. Lambert coming on, but it's Daniels.
Beasy, look out. Did he get it? Deep to right. Bryce Jackson back.